What's up, everyone? It's been a while since we've done a setup video, and we're going to quickly start with something new. A lot of you have seen the setup in there, but we redid this room the other day and pretty much set up our cosplay area. Now, this is where we do all the sewing. Right now, we're doing Assassin's Creed, which is primarily what we want to continue to do, my fiance and I. So right here is our sewing machine. Here's some emblems that we've already made, or that she made. She crafted these out of polymorph clay and then baked them. This is going to be the emblem for the Vamprace, however you say it, on Connor's left arm. So that's going to go on the leather, and we'll have that stitched on there. And then this is for the belt. So she's made that there. Baked it, then sprayed it with silver paint. Right here's her Connor coat. It's not quite finished. We still got to get the hood done for it. Sleeves still need the patch on the back with some of the buttons. That's how it looks from the back. So that's 90% complete. We already wore it to a con without the hood, and lost a couple of buttons. So I have some buttons I got to reattach. But yeah, that took us a good while to make. And then over here I have my Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2. I'm still stitching this together. It's not quite done yet. There's pieces of the hood. There's pieces of her hood for her Connor jacket. So that's the Brotherhood one, or sorry, the Assassin's Creed 2. And then she's doing Connor. And then in here I have my beginning of Brotherhood, where's the black one. Here's the belt I made. So I basically took leather strips, an original belt, and then cut it down, re-riveted it together so they would have end piece there and there, and there's some buckles around the actual insignia here. And this is made out of a type of resin. I had this made by a woman in I forget where she's from, but it's somewhere in the States. Her website's FEV Studios, like FEV Studios. And I commissioned her to build this for me. It's actually got metal shavings mixed in with the resin to give it sort of a metallic, sort of cold touch. Just amazing work this woman does. So yeah, that's that. And then on the cape as well, she made me the buckles that go on it. So if I move this out of the way here, you can see there's the jacket and the hood. This is an actual shirt underneath. And over here I have the lower part that hangs down. So I have that one, and then the one I'm building straight from scratch. That one I made most of the stuff to it, the coat and the lower part I bought. Made the necklace. It's just pinned together. It's just some rope. But yeah, I did buy the coat for that one because we didn't have enough time for Fan Expo to get both of them done. So that's basically our cosplay station. There's some props here, and down here we have more stuff for the outfits, like the hidden blades and things like that. Over here is all of our Assassin's Creed collectibles. 90% of this belongs to Charisse. There's our Assassin's Creed standee, because she's cosplaying Connor. So we have that one up here. Yeah. Just a lot of collectibles there. There's Altair's sword. This thing I'm going to have to figure out a way to work that into my cosplay. It's actual metal, so a lot of cons sort of frown on that. I don't want to have it taken away or have to go back to the car or whatever and not be able to use it. And then there's all of our World of Warcraft collector's editions, all of our StarCraft collector's editions, got Diablo collector's edition there, all the 360 games, PS3, down there's all PC. I do like to have boxed PC games, but I got quite a few Steam games as well. Some old systems. I got a Dreamcast, Game Gear, it still works. Some Wii's, all of my Wii games. Down here, GameCube. Down there, Xbox original. Over here, we got 3DS, DS, all of our Game Boys, 3DSs, a regular DS. Down here is the what is this? PS Vita and PSP. So we got a couple of PSP 2002s, an original Vita, which is mine, and a next gen Vita, which is hers. The screen is so much better on the original. Down here's PlayStation 2, and down here's more PlayStation 2 with a bunch of original PlayStation. We'll focus. There you go. You can get a look at all that. All right, so that's this room. Her fight stick. Come on, there we go. So yeah, that's the cosplay room and sort of extra collector stuff. And here's where we actually game. There's some more Assassin's Creed stuff because we're big fans. We'll start from this side of the room. Let me get rid of this. Oh, fuck off, iTunes. I don't even use iTunes. Why is that on there? Anyways, start on this side of the room. Got some swords up there. Some more figures. We recently moved everything, so it's got to be organized again, but a few more box sets of things. Her headphones. Some World of Warcraft plushies. More World of Warcraft game boxes. Up here, she's got all her Kororo stuff. More Warcraft plushies. Titanfall Collector's Edition Warcraft figure. Some more things. Her computer is an Alienware Aurora R2 or R4, whichever one. I found it at a computer shop quite a few years ago. Kid traded it in to build a new PC. They said it was, or he said it was busted. So I bought it off of him, and all it needed was a fresh install and basically a video card and a hard drive. So I threw a GTX 580. Yeah, a 580 superclocked in there. I have another one over here because it doesn't really need two. So I just keep the other one on the shelf. And it's got an i7 930 and a 2 terabyte storage drive and a 512 gig SSD. And that's the wife's PC. It works great for what she uses it for. We just play MMOs and shit like that. Sims. Runs fine. I only paid $400 for it, and I had the video cards already, so not a big deal. And then over here is my side of the room. Here's a little bit more serious. Corsair 900D, got a Rampage Extreme Black Series. This is X79, so it's got a 4930K at 4.5 gigahertz. It's got 4 R9 290s, full EK loop. It's got a 480 up top, a 360 in the basement. It's got a dual PSU setup, so in the back there is a 1500 watt Enermax for the cards. Then I got a 650 watt for the motherboard and pump and what else, what have you, all the simple things. 16 gigs of Kingston HyperX Beast, 2400 megahertz. And that's about that for the PC. It's got a four terabyte Western Digital purple drives, a 1 terabyte Black Series drive, and a 120 gig Kingston SSD boot drive. So that's all that. Then I got my triple monitor set up. This one's in portrait because it hits the wall, and also I do coding here and there, and it's much easier to code on a vertical monitor. Plus I don't game in iFinity or NVIDIA Surround, whichever have you. So I just leave it like that. Center monitor is a 1440p 60 hertz panel, and then the two peripherals are 1080p 21 inch, I think, monitors from Acer. And that's that. Speakers are Bose Companion 5s. These are amazing. I wanted a set of 5.1s, and I was going to go with the Logitech Z500 or whatever it was called. They're about the same price as these, but big, bulky, and you needed to put speakers behind you, and I just didn't have the desk space, and I didn't want it that cluttered. So these are simulated 5.1, and they actually work really well. So it's basically those two towers and a little sub on the bottom there. Don't mind the cable management, because I use my shit, and it's not going into any magazines, so I don't care. And then I got a Logitech, just a regular gaming joystick for Elite Dangerous. What the fuck's it called? Elite Dangerous? Yeah, Elite Dangerous. I haven't played it too much because I can't get it to work on my Rift because it doesn't support SDK 7. Speaking of Rift, over here is my simulator setup. So it's a Logitech G25. It's got a Spec D racing sim setup. So basically the chair and the mount for everything and the pedals and all that. So G25 gated 6-speed shifter, or not gated, sorry, but actual H-pattern 6-speed shifter. You can do sequential as well. Clutch gas brake. And the Oculus Rift DK2. So that is how I do my simulation gaming for racing games anyways. And over here is a Razer Lacosia, whatever it's called. And I use that so that I can control like Project Cars or Assetto Corsa or whatever, without having to get up and go back over there. So I can just do everything from there. So that's that. Over here is just some of my air rifle, and then some of my airsoft stuff. Got a WE Baby High Kappa 3.8-inch barrel. A lot of kick to this. A lot of kick to this gun, actually. And then I just got a regular Browning CO2 pistol. And then under here is a Novatech 1911 SOCOM. And this is actually a replica of the same gun that Snake used in Metal Gear Solid 3. So I really like that one. This is the box for the 3.8. And under here I have another WE 1911. And it is a 5.1-inch barrel with a half slide called the Silver Dragon. And I can make another video of that crap later on if you actually want to see anything on it. And then just some odds and ends stuff. You know, like I said, still organizing. So yeah, that's all of this. Now we're going to go downstairs and take a look at our living room and how we game there. All right, and here's our living room. So this is basically where we watch movies, play console games, watch TV, yada, yada, yada. Basically just hang out. Bit of a mess still. We still got fabric laying out from when we were making our costumes. Some, I guess that's foam, where she was making her templates for her, let me see. Yeah, for her insignias for her bracers. So here's our couch, basically where we lay, chill, hang out, what have you. Still some more junk, crafting stuff, more polymorph clay. We basically work all over the house. Over here, it's our entertainment center. So it's the 60-inch LED Sharp Aquos. Pioneer 7.1 receiver, 7.2 actually, sorry. Got the Xbox One, PS4, charging some controllers, so there's cables everywhere. Bunch of DVDs and shit. Wii U, 360, another one anyways. Wii controllers, more DVDs down there. All of the Dragon Ball Z series and GT, and the first series of Pokemon, the Indigo League. There we got some Wii U games. What else? Oh, all the Dragon Ball Z movies. Walking Dead Collector's Edition stuff. So we got those up there. Over here is her dragons collection. She collects the McFarlane dragons. So we got all those. And a Detolf from IKEA. Jon Snow's sword. Over there is the King's sword from Lord of the Rings. Or sorry, the Strider sword. So that's the one that Aragorn uses. Over here we got the King's sword, as well as Aragorn's ring. Up there is the sword that Frodo uses. Or sorry, not Frodo. Is it Frodo? What the fuck? What's his father, grandfather, or uncle's name? Oh fuck, I haven't seen for. That's Farfel barking downstairs. We got 3 different types of One rings. One's for the elves, one's for the humans, and one's for the dwarves. Over here is Boromir's sword. Quiet, Farfel! Over there's Hatafang. What else? Our Les Paul and Gibson SG. They're by Epiphone. The real ones we won't touch. They're put away. Frostmourne. There's him sitting on the wall looking pretty as fuck. This thing is huge and it weighs like 40 some odd pounds. Like it's actually pretty hefty. What else? Polk Audio fronts. I got an Energy Crescendo Center, or sorry, Connoisseur, because the Polk Audio one is curved. So it would sort of need to not have anything sitting on top of it. And this one's flat, and I didn't want to mount the TV to the wall. I wanted to have it sit on top, and there's no room to put the speaker underneath. So I ended up going with an Energy for the center channel. Polk Audio rears. There's our BenQ MW519 DLP projector. There's our screen. With this down, it's about 140 inches. So that's how we normally watch movies and play games and stuff. Obviously, you just close the blinds. This is a 2900 lumen projector. So just with the blinds closed, it's more than bright enough to actually watch movies during the day. It's got great contrast, excellent picture, 1080p at 30 hertz for traditional movies. It'll do 720p at 60 hertz for gaming, which is fine because it's on consoles. It's not like I do much PC gaming down here. Yeah, it's a great projector. I want to get the 1070 when this one's lamp finally goes, and that's a full 1080p 60 hertz. This one's also 3D, but at 24 hertz. And then down here is the Alienware Alpha. So this is basically our media center. That's how we also PC game in the living room. So we can play WoW, shit like that on it. I ran The Witcher 3 at max settings at 720p. And it did about 45 frames per second, which is way more than what the consoles are going to put out. And they're going to be at medium settings. So it's actually a pretty powerful little thing there. It's got an i5 4970T. I think, or 4590T. I forget the code for the i5s. And it's got a GTX 850M in it, which is essentially a 750 GT, or GTX 750 or so, thereabouts in terms of performance. 1 terabyte hard drive and 8 gigs of RAM. And like I said, that's basically just our media center PC, which we happen to be able to game on pretty decently as well. PSB 8-inch subwoofer. Over here is my figure collection. So up top we have the PlayArts Kai Final Fantasy figures. If I can manage to get some contrast going. There we go. So we got Tifa, Cloud, and then we have Lightning from 13. Those guys are from 7. Come on. Come on. I cannot make it visible for you. Let's get rid of some of this light here. That might help. There we go. Look at that. So we got Cloud back there. Tifa. Lightning, like I said. They're all up top. Down here we have my Hot Toys. So there's Snake from Metal Gear Solid 3. Over here is Drake from Uncharted. This would be Uncharted 3 as well. So I got him sitting there looking at a map. Down here, well, you're falling over, bud. Come on, Wolverine. I am just going to leave you lean up against Heath Ledger there until I fix you. So basically we have the bank robber Joker with a makeupless face. Wolverine from The Wolverine, the latest movie. So I got him there pulling out his sword. I got Daniel Craig as James Bond. Down here is Mila Jovovich from Resident Evil. I think this is Extinction. Yeah, I think that's her Extinction outfit. Here we have Chris Evans. So Captain America, and he's a custom figure, so I just stuck him in Wolverine's suit. and gave him one of Alice's submachine guns there. So I got him like that. And then down here, finally, I got my movie masterpiece Predator from the original Predator movie. So that's him down there. And that's my Hot Toys figure collection. And up here, I got all their extra stuff. Like Cloud's got all of his swords on him that would make the full sword. So I have that put up there, and I actually have a model of that upstairs if you saw it. So yeah, that's more or less our living room space. Just a Samsung Ultrabook or whatever the fuck that is. Just a living room laptop, I guess. Yeah, and that's that. There's our hot tub outside on our deck that takes up the entire yard. I gotta zip up the side of that because it's opened. But there you have it. So that's pretty much our setup. Hope you enjoyed the video, and keep an eye out for new videos. I should be getting one up every couple of days because I got a bunch to upload. Cool. Thanks for watching.